Hi friends, today's theme is vacations. And even if you're not going on a vacation this summer, I'm going to share some stories about travel and fun adventures. And our first story is called The Great Eggscape, and it's by Jory John and Pete Oswald, and it's one of the Good Egg books. We're going to meet Shell. Howdy, I'm Shell, an egg. How's it going? It's just me today. I'm on my own. The other eggs, where are they? Good question. The thing is, sometimes they leave the carton on weekends before the customers arrive. They escape into the store. They call it the Great Eggscape. Escape, eggscape, you get it? Me, I'm not really in the mood to run around if you want to know the truth. I'd rather just sit here. I don't mind a little me time. No reason to go frolic with everyone else. I prefer adventures of the imagination. It's quite peaceful here without the other eggs. Sure, there's a part of me that wonders what they're doing right at this very moment. Right at this very moment, you could see, whee, yay, ah. We look amazing, so festive. Let's play a game. Look, they're coloring themselves. Everybody pick a good hiding spot. Great idea. Shell will have to find us. He won't know where we are. And one of the eggs says, I'm behind a tomato. And this egg says, I'm next to an avocado. And the last egg here says, I'm blending in with the potatoes, ha ha ha. And the potato doesn't think that's too funny. He says, what's so funny about that? Being a potato is serious business. This is the life. When you live in a carton with a lot of roommates, you never get much peace and quiet. So I'm going to enjoy this while it lasts. Exactly 2 hours, 36 minutes, and 2 seconds later. Nobody's back yet. Where are Clegg and Meg and Peg and Egbert and Greg and Shelby and Shelley and Sheldon and Frank and the other Frank? Did I forget anybody? Anyway, they should have been home by now. These great escapes are usually over by lunch when everyone gets hungry. I'll just wait a few more minutes. They'll surely be home quite soon. No reason to stress, no reason to pace, no reason to get all worked up. Noon? It's noon. Morning is officially over. Okay, now I'm getting nervous. Where are my friends? Are they okay? Should I go look for them? But what if they come home while I'm away? I just don't know what to do. Meanwhile, remember they're hiding. Do you see them? I must find them. Where do I start? Maybe in aisle 1. That seems promising. Pickles, pickles, pickles. It's all pickles. Sheesh. Wait, Greg, is that you? What are you doing by those pickles? And why are you painted like a galaxy in outer space? I'm hiding. But why? Why not, says Greg. Well, I found you. Indeed you did, Shell. Indeed you did. Shall we look for the others? Indeed. Found you. Found you. There you are. Found you. Is that everybody? Line up eggs. Let's see. We have you and 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 you. That's 10 eggs plus me, which equals 11. Wait a minute, where's Meg? Has anybody seen Meg? Meg! Wait, where are you guys going? To get some lunch, Shell. Then maybe a nap. Hide and seek is tiring. Meg will turn up eventually. She always does. Eggs, halt! As the old saying goes, if a fellow egg is hiding, we must look until we find them. Or maybe that's a new saying. Anyway, we're not finished until we're all back together as a dozen. Got it? Good, let's go. Greg, search the high shelves. Peg, check the low shelves. Clegg, don't forget the middle shelves. Sheldon, look through the bag of marshmallows. Shelby, comb aisle 5. Egbert, investigate aisle 6. Me, I'll scour the discount aisle. Meg has got to be around here somewhere. Shell, I found a note by the cash register. It might be a clue. Well, read it, Greg. Okay, you don't have to yell. If you want to find an egg, just like a pot of gold, go where things are sold in bulk and look for something bold. It was a clue, Shell. I mean, it is a clue. Indeed, Greg, indeed. Bulk. So he's imagining an elephant. Bulk. A monster truck? Bold? Bulk? Mountains? Could she be in the mountains? Wait, I think I've got it. Follow me, eggs, to the bulk bin aisle. Onward! Wow, there are just so many bins. But which one is the right one? How would we know? Shell, I remember how the clue said to look for something bold. Do you think Meg is hiding in there? And it says, can you see what it says? Bold coffee. Could Meg be in the coffee? Egg, shoulder stack. So they've stacked up. Knock, knock. We know you're in there, Meg. And she says, hee, hee, hee. They found her. Oh, hi. I thought you were never going to find me. Nice work, Shell. Glad you found your way out of the carton for once and into the world. Thanks, Meg. But it wasn't just me. We found you as a group, and now we're back together again. Whew. You know, looking for eggs is fun. Finding eggs is more fun. But the most fun of all? A chance to frolic with your friends. Say, when's the next great escape? Shall we do this again tomorrow? Indeed we shall. The end. This is called a Seaworthy Craftable Craft. Jack was a sailor who built a small raft. It was a seaworthy, craftable craft. When the raft was done, one bright sunny day, he picked up some passengers along the way. The ladybug gave him a hug on the seaworthy, craftable craft. A fat frog hopped off her log. The ladybug gave him a hug on the seaworthy, craftable craft. A nimble newt played her flute. The fat frog hopped off her log, and the ladybug gave him a hug on the seaworthy, craftable craft. The silly chick felt seasick. The nimble newt played her flute. The fat frog hopped off her log. The ladybug gave him a hug on the seaworthy, craftable craft. The gypsy goat hitched a ride on the boat. The silly chick felt seasick. The nimble newt played her flute. The fat frog hopped off her log. The ladybug gave him a hug on the seaworthy, craftable craft. The big moo cow cried, "We're sinking now," on the seaworthy, craftable craft. This is not, however, the end of our tale. They were saved by a seaworthy, whale of a whale. This next story is called Going to Maroonawoo, and it's a draw and tell story by Richard Thompson. When it was time to leave for Maroonawoo, Conrad went to the railway station and bought a ticket. The train headed down the track, chug, chug, chug. When the train stopped at the end of the line, Conrad asked the conductor, "Are we in Maroonawoo?" The conductor shook his head. "You silly goose," he said, "this train doesn't go to Maroonawoo." Outside the train station, Conrad met a boy named James. James sold Conrad his bicycle and off he pedaled, heading, he hoped, for Maroonawoo. Eventually, after days and days of pedaling, he reached the ocean. He asked a fisherman, "Am I getting close to Maroonawoo?" The fisherman looked at the bicycle and shook his head. "You silly goose," he said, "you can't get to Maroonawoo on a bicycle. It's across the ocean." So Conrad sold the bicycle and used the money to buy a boat. He set sail, he hoped, for Maroonawoo, and he sailed in this direction until he reached an island. Conrad went and knocked on a door of a small house here and asked the woman who lived there if he was at Maroonawoo. The woman shook her head. "You silly goose," she said, "you're going the wrong way. Maroonawoo is south and you've been sailing north. Here, let me show you." She took out a compass and showed Conrad how the arrow pointed in the direction he had been sailing. And compasses always point to the north. Conrad asked if he might stay and rest for the night before heading off again. The old woman made him supper and sent him to bed. But in the middle of the night, the weather turned cold. Icebergs floated down from the Arctic and the ocean froze solid. When Conrad woke up, he saw that his boat was stuck in the ice. And to make matters worse, it was starting to snow. The snow got deeper and deeper and deeper. And when it stopped, there was snow all the way up to here. "I'll never get to Maroonawoo now," wailed Conrad. "My boat is stuck in the ice." The old woman shook her head. "You silly goose," she said, "why don't you just fly?" "Hey, I never thought of that," said Conrad, and he unfurled his tail feather and spread his wings. With a flap and a honk, he was off, and the old woman shook her head as he disappeared from sight. "What a silly goose," she said. The end.